Radio Row record at Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. It's the Geary, Stein, and Steven show with your co-host Troy Geary. And yes, even Will Stein is here. And of course, your host, fresh off his one-man, legless tribute to Elvis Presley, the hardest working man in show business this week, Dave Stevens.
All right, let's just hop right back in as the hits just keep coming. Dave Stevens back here with my co-host Troy Geary. And joining us very quickly, of course, is former Atlanta Falcons head coach Mike Smith. Mike, thanks for stopping by here at Radio Row. What are your thoughts of Vegas and what's going on here?
Well, I tell you, it's Super Bowl week, and when it's Super Bowl week, it doesn't matter what city you're in, it's vibrant, it's fun, it has this special feel about it, doesn't it?
It's great, and it's also kind of a family reunion around here. Your brother-in-law Brian Billick is walking around here somewhere, isn't he?
Yeah, Brian's here. We're in town to visit with some folks and play a little bit of golf.
And what are those holidays like when you're around him? Are you guys just talking football and you should have done this and I would have done this against you? Or how does that work at Thanksgiving?
Oh, sometimes it's competition, and sometimes we just talk about our golf games and tell a bunch of lies. You know how that can be.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Troy plays a lot of golf.
Yeah. Troy, you're a golfer?
Yeah, I'm playing on the Gridiron Greats golf tournament on Friday. So.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So you got a tournament on Friday.
Yeah.
How's your game? Is it up to form?
Well, I'm sure your game's a lot better than mine, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
Since
Well, remember this: you win all bets on the first tee. All bets are won on the first tee.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
You're a defensive guy. Both these teams, the Chiefs, the 49ers, really good defensive fronts. What do you think the key to that game is on the defensive side for each club?
Well, I think the first thing is both offenses have the potential to be very explosive and create 20-yard plays, and I think that they're going to have to. The team that does the best job of eliminating those explosive plays, those pop plays that go for 20 yards or more, is going to have a better chance. And then I've always believed that possession of the football is 99% of the game. You got to win the turnover battle as well.
Mike, let me ask you this real quick, and it's nothing against you because as a head coach in the NFL, you've gotten to the epitome. You've gotten to that. But why is there such a short leash on coaches this in this day and age? It's like if you haven't gone to the Super Bowl or the NFC or AFC Championship in 2 or 3 years, it seems like you're yanked.
Well, it's what have you done for me lately? There's no doubt about that, and that's something that I think is a shorter lifespan for coaches in the National Football League. I think over the last 4 or 5 years, it's probably averaged about 8 or 25% of the coaches are looking for new employment.
It's sad because there's so much great quality coaches, and then and I don't mean this in a bad way, but is it a tough move for a coach to go from a head coach to take an offensive coordinator role, defensive? I mean, it's such a drastic thing when you're in charge of the kitchen and suddenly you're buying the food.
Oh gosh, that comes with the territory, especially in the National Football League. The life expectancy of a head football coach, if you don't win a Super Bowl, is not very long, and you don't see the guys getting second opportunities. That's the other thing I think that's happening is you can see a number of coaches that probably are deserving another opportunity, but I think that they're looking at younger, and that seems to be the trend right now.
All right, so can you be a fan of a team still as a head coach? I mean, do you have any rooted interest in anything that's going on?
Well, I enjoy watching good football, and it really doesn't matter who's playing. I love to see well executed plays on both offense, defense, and special teams. And I really don't have a vested interest in any team, but I do like to see good football and good decisions being made by the players and by the coaches. I've become a critic, I find, real quickly, although I was used to having people critique my decisions. I found myself falling into that a little bit as well.
especially now with the internet and social media. It's just so unfair these days for what you guys are doing. Troy, as we wrap up, you got any final thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just want to thank you you taking the time out of your busy day, Mike, to join us. It was a real treat. I'm a big defensive guy, so I was proud of your work. You did a great job. So.
Well, thank you guys. And look,
You're not promoting anything? Is there? Can we follow you, watch you? What are you doing these days?
Well, I am involved with X-Tech shoulder pads, and it's player safety. We all know is the most important thing in my mind. And X-Tech pads is the number one pad in all of football, professional football.
How do we find them? How would we
You
get
can
them?
find them if you go to X-Tech, www.xtech.com, and you can see on the website. We actually have a fitting app that will actually fit you. And the most important thing in my mind, it's great that we have the most professional players wearing our pads, but the most important thing is player safety, and player safety for the young players that are playing in youth football. And if you go to that website, you can see how you can actually fit your son or daughter with X-Tech pads.
See, I go back to the leather helmet days when I
Oh,
played.
yeah.
So, right?
And the leather helmets and the big shoulder pads that hung off.
3-a-day practices,
Yeah.
you stank. It's just,
It was bad,
all
wasn't
bad
it?
memories. But
Yeah.
thank you, Mike.
But we remember them and feel good about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rydell
absolutely.
was like the only brand you could get
Yeah.
those days. So,
Well, it was great talking with both you guys.
thanks, Coach. I know you got to get going, but thanks for stopping by, and we really appreciate your legacy and what you've done for the league. And hopefully, we'll see you coaching again one day.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm golfing and fishing. But
Okay.
we're all good.
All right. Okay,
Right.
Mike's joining us. Thank you so much. Troy and I'll continue. We'll come back and wrap this up. We got to pay some bills. We'll be right back. You're watching Geary, Stein, and Stevens. Thanks again, Coach.
You're very welcome.
Live from Radio Row at the beautiful Mandalay Casino and Resort at Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas, it's the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show with your co-host, Troy Geary. And yes, even Will Stein is here. And of course, your host, fresh off his one-man, legless tribute to Elvis Presley, the hardest working man in show business this week, Dave Stevens.